All right, we're on campus, about to go do initiative evangelism with our boys here. But we're also doing something weird where we're confessing sin that we've committed in the past, just randomly to people that do not know us, and seeing how they respond. How do y'all feel about that? Y'all saw me do it yesterday, but you haven't done it personally yourself, just sharing randomly with somebody. How are we feeling right now?
A little nervous.
My heart is beating a little faster.
I feel my heart beating a little bit, but excited.
Adrenaline going up.
Yeah.
Right? I'm excited to see what it looks like when we get done with this. How you feel about it. Was it good for you and was it good for them? We'll let you know. All right. We're back. Post sharing the gospel, post confessing sin to random strangers. And we're about to get the update. I see TK comes out literally shaking and fist
Pumping the fist. Let's go.
Why? Tell me what you're feeling. What happened? How you feeling?
Yeah, I think at first I was nervous, but there was a little bit of excitement. But then those two emotions kind of completely flipped, where I was just super excited to keep going and share more. One, because of the responses that people had, but also just how it made me feel inside.
Cool. Real cool. What was their responses? How did they react to you sharing the things you've done in your past?
Yeah, people were
laugh at you?
way more open than I thought they would be. Yeah, some people even saying I struggle with the same thing too, just right off the bat.
Amazing. So Jamani, we did this yesterday and you weren't here. Now you're here. You looked a little nervous at first, buddy.
Yeah.
How you feel now?
Yeah, I would say I was pretty nervous walking in. Heart rate was elevated. Yeah, just like you just being direct. It's like, hey, here we go. You know, step it up. Let's do it. And I was like, oh, man. So I was definitely nervous, but felt a lot of relief and just more excitement as it kept going on, just to see how easy it was to do it and just to see that of how personable you were to the guys who didn't even know you, to just the next minute, 2 minutes, sitting down and being able to share your story with them.
Yeah.
And it just really helped to you, as you shared like the worst things you've done, it just really helped them to like, oh, okay, like compared to him, like I could be able to share, just help them feel more comfortable to be able to share. So, and just led down to just more conversations, which is so cool.
We didn't tell you guys this. We saw some dudes with their Bible sitting out on the thing, and I played devil's advocate with them. I walked by, I was like, y'all believe in this stuff? And I hit those guys hard, right? Like I was an angry atheist. And that guy, I wish I had it on recording. He spit truth at me, about 99% truth. And then we got to share the gospel with him more, but he was discipling the other guy. And it was a real cool thing. We got to share the gospel, lay out some things, and kind of correct some bad theology that they had in a gentle, loving way, just with the scriptures. And they felt blessed. And I told the guy, I was like, dude, you blessed me by pointing me to Jesus. And so that was really cool. Jonathan, how was it for you, bro?
Yeah, it was a great experience. Definitely was nervous to start, but I think once we got in the flow, it was like I didn't want to get out of the flow, you know, of sharing. And
yeah, I told y'all to wait while we did one more, and I come back and y'all are talking to other people. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was like, we can't just sit here and do nothing. So I knew we had at least 5 minutes, so I was like, yeah, let's go for it. And that guy was probably the most welcoming and embracing of what we had to share. But we did share with two groups of people that I think were believers as well. One group, they were doing a Bible study. One of the guys is crew staff here. And so we got to share with them, and he knew about it, but he forgot to tell his guys. So awesome. That was the reminder. And then another group reading a J.D. Greer book. Do you remember the title?
What should I do with my life? Something like
what
that.
should I do with my life? And I was like, I think these guys are probably Christians, and so they were very receptive as well. And
well, they may be Christians where you're from, but down here, everybody slaps that label on them. So we got to be careful in the cultural South. They probably were if they're going deeper.
Yeah, it was interesting. When you told us just to sit down, Jonathan was like, oh, we should share with one more person. This guy just sat down, and I was like, he just sat down. Let's let him enjoy his enjoy his food. But that was probably the best reaction from that guy that we got. So Jonathan definitely pushed me a little bit.
This is why I like to teach the sovereignty of God. If somebody sits next to you, that is God's grace in their life. What are the odds of the billions of people on the planet Earth that they would sit next to somebody that knows the gospel and will share it? Just remember that. Anybody who sits next to you, and just ask the Spirit, Lord, is this somebody you're calling to yourself that you want me to share my story with? Good job, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
I am pumped up right now.
I
That's a
want to
good.
go back in and do it. Do
That's
some
a
more.
good feeling, right?
Yeah.
Good. So, all right. We'll see y'all on the next one.